Oh, look, there's one. Come here, chicken.
Come here, chicken.
It's a film filled with small, poetic, beautiful moments about an ordinary life. It's set against this epic backdrop of a world in change.
It's a story of a what on the surface seems like a little life, you know? Somebody who is just a laborer on these jobs. He lives in his little patch of land, just an acre with his family. And when he dies, there's no real record that he was even here. What inspired me about the book and what I'm trying to do with the film is like show the depth and the beauty of this small life. I think part of that is like using the grandeur of the area that it's filmed in Washington State, and just the grandeur of nature around this person to speak to that in some way. Another part of it is just like trying to do justice to the natural world that's there and make the natural world a character in the story as much as any of the human characters.
But it's also this time period of the character's life, America's going under great change. There's a sense of a world changing behind him as well.
It is about this time of great change, but what struck me about reading the book and what I wanted to do in the film is that I'm reading about this guy who's a logger in the Pacific Northwest in the first part of the 20th century, something that maybe on the surface couldn't be more different than what a lot of us are living through and going through. And yet I felt like the story spoke so much to what is going on today. And there's something that feels very timeless about it. And the same way that the people of this time felt like they were going through immense change, and they were going from a largely agrarian society to, by the end of their lives, people are going up into outer space. And I think we're feeling that as well. I grew up without the internet as a kid, and now we've created some sort of sentient force that we don't know what it is or what it isn't. And yeah, there just felt there's something very pertinent about the story and very timeless that spoke to me, and I felt like it might speak to other people as well.
You have a literature background. You came to movies from the literature world, right?
Yeah, I didn't go to film school. I studied literature and tried to make it as a fiction writer, and had not a lot of success at that. But that was my entry into storytelling. There's something really beautiful and fascinating about it. The form of the novel or the novella is incredible, and literature has things that can only be done in fiction, right? And in literature. And cinema has its own set of rules and its own set of principles that can only work in cinema. I think going into this process, I was very cognizant of the fact that, like, even though I loved the book and held it in great reverence and felt very deeply about it, that the film had to become its own thing and it had to be translated into another medium. It was a big struggle with the adaptation and with making the film is trying to break it away from narrative form, where it's not operating on, okay, there's going to be an inciting incident for this story and then a second act twist and then all of that, you know, like trying to let the film take more of the form of life while also making the audience feel like they're being taken on a journey, and really celebrating those really small, mundane moments that, again, they feel very simple at the time, and yet they're the things that when you get to the end of your life, or you look back even in the middle of your life, you look back at the last 10 years, those are the things that stick with you. And it's funny thinking about obituaries, that's always like, this person did this and they did that. And then at the very end, it says they're survived by so-and-so and so-and-so. That little last paragraph is actually where all the life was lived, while, and all the profound moments probably came from while this person was trying to get this job, you know, or trying to get this promotion at work or whatever.
Maybe we turn our acre into a farm. I could grow double what I do now, and if we did that and we saved up enough to start a little sawmill, maybe you could be home more.
Get a horse or a mule on credit, I guess.
Yeah, on credit for sure.
A sawmill would take a bit more doing, you know. It's not so cheap, but...
Yeah, well, I didn't say it wouldn't be.
No, but it's a good idea.
It is a good idea.
There's an element here of, this is also a character of few words.